Hi Sharks, Tom here, and in this final video, I just wanted to make a quick video and talk to you about what to do when a prospect calls you, because you're going to follow that same pitch structure, because you're going to write that pitch out, right? And you're going to have this pitch, you're going to know it, and so when a prospect calls you, you're gonna know what you're saying, but there are a couple of things that are just a little different when the prospect reaches out to you. So let's say that you had your leads and your prospects and you decided you were going to send out a direct mail piece, and you send it out and now a prospect has called you. Or you went to a networking event and you met somebody and you gave them your name and number, and now the next day they've called you. So the lead has come to you, right? This is a great position to be in. And this is almost as good as a referred lead because they're contacting you, right? So here's what you do. I mean, the first thing is always consider any lead or a lead or prospect that contacts you. Always consider them a suspect until you can determine if they're a prospect, okay? So whenever anyone contacts you and says, hey, I'm interested in your service, once again, we put on our detective hat, and our job is to determine if what we have to offer is a good fit for them. Our job is not to try to make a sale or sell them on anything like that, right? We just need to know, well, does this conversation need to go any further? And this is what is going to save you a ton of wasted time if you do this part. And, I'm not going to give you specific questions to ask because it depends on what service you're offering. And there's a lot of different things in here, what vertical you target, right? But if you follow the steps in all this video and you've constructed your pitch following those 5 steps from the video before, you'll have a good idea because you're going to know your vertical. You're going to know what kind of a budget a business needs to have to work with you, and you'll be able to craft your questions based off of that. But let's just talk about a couple things. So first thing I said, don't panic, right? Remember, are they in your target market? We're a detective. We want to figure that out. We still follow the same guidelines. When we talk to them about our product or service, we're always talking benefits. And once again, when we're asking them questions, we're listening to see if they're going to ask us questions about features, because when they ask us questions about features, that means they're thinking of buying, and we can start to move to the next step of setting up a meeting or whatever that would be, maybe submitting a proposal, right? And just, another thing when these clients call you and, you ask them, a lot of times I ask clients, well, what's your budget for this? And sometimes people don't want to tell you because they think you're just going to tell you your budget and you're just going to charge them whatever their budget is, right? Even though that's not the case. So there's a couple of ways you can get around that. You can say, well, look, listen, I have an array of services that I offer, and based on your budget, I can figure out what's the best fit for you. For instance, if you have a budget of $250, then the things that I can offer you are much different from if you have a budget of $1,000. So, what kind of a range you're in, it doesn't need to be exact. I just need to have an idea so I don't waste your time, right? And don't ever say things like, well, I don't want to waste your time and my time, because the prospect doesn't care about your time, right? They only care what's in it for them. So you just want to say things like, hey, look, I don't want to waste your time. So, what kind of budget are you guys working in? What's your timeline? All those kinds of things. Once again, you're going to know based off your ideal prospect that you put together when you looked at your vertical market and figured out all that stuff. You're going to know what questions to ask that will narrow them down into that. And then just a final reminder, remember, we always talk benefits, but we listen for questions about features because that lets us know we can start to close and move to the next step, whatever that may be. Well, look, guys, it's been really great going through this material with you. I hope you've gotten a lot out of this. I mean, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and wasted time and making a lot of mistakes to get this information and have it worked out this way. So I hope you get value out of it. I would love to hear about it if you do. if you use this information and you take some action and you get some results, please shoot me an email at the support address that you'll see somewhere around this video, and let me know. And if you have questions, I'm here to help. So please, Nick and I, we love to help. So send us questions through the support email if you have them. With that, I'm going to say mahalo. Thank you for watching, and aloha.